What's up, everybody? This is Kieran Reese, otherwise known as the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G, and hopefully I am live with Resident Evil 8. That would be great. Sweet. Okay.
The exit's up ahead.
Hey, dude, it's good to see ya. Yeah, I was having internet problems, so I reset the router. Because, of course, that's the type of day this has been. Yeah, well, I'm just saying it seems like nothing fucking goes right today. I'm looking, supposed to be some right here. I got some good guns. Got a 1911, the classic, better shotgun. Military. Now, hold on. There's supposed to be. Yeah, it is. Well, it's true. Yeah. And I would say it's the single most iconic pistol ever. Like, when people think of a pistol, usually in their head they're picturing the 1911. You know what I mean? But that just goes to show you. Sorry, I moved my chair a little bit closer. It got pushed away. It just goes to show you how well made the 1911 is. Because they made a good fucking gun. You know what I mean? Same thing with the M1 Garand. People don't seem to realize that the M1 Garand was in use for like 50, 60 years. Like, when, yeah, no, seriously. I still don't think America has ever been topped in gun manufacturing. We were the ones that made guns a thing. And I still don't think anyone has yet to top American guns overall. I mean, there's some good guns, of course, the AK-47 classic. But I'm saying, like, all in all, I think America has consistently led the charge on firepower. Pound for pound. I don't think we've ever been topped in weapons manufacturing. Okay. Trying to find a specific thing. Oh, there we go. Okay. And that's not to say there isn't good guns from other countries. I'm just saying, like, if you had to say the leader in firearms, I think it's America. I think it's always been America. Shit. I'm looking for a specific thing. This mechanical door right here. Like, nobody, like, you'd be joking if you said the world, anywhere else in the world could beat China for PC manufacturing right now, you know what I mean? I honestly think it's too much in China's favor right now, but, like, pound for pound, they are the world manufacturer for computers, basically. Here we go. Trying to find... Here we go. I actually am too. Me, as well. Actually. Oh, and they're doing, I think they're doing all three on the same day. They announced that they're doing Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon at the same day as Far Cry 3, which is cool. And then they made it sound like it's going to be Primal, so it actually seems like all three of them are going to get popped up at once. That's dope. And that will be every Far Cry game that's on this generation of consoles boosted to 60. Far Cry 1 and 2 obviously don't have any modern versions to boost. They've already boosted 5, New Dawn, and 4. Boosted 4 a couple months ago. What the fuck? Ah, that sucks. Well, if there's ever a reason to replay it, that's it, you know? Mechanical door. Okay. There we go. I really love Far Cry, Fallout 4, man. And honestly, you might love it if you give it more of a chance. And it's looking more and more likely that Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas are getting the Oblivion Remaster treatment, dude. Dude, I would lose my shit if that happens. Fuck. Sweet. Yeah, that's true. Well, to give you an idea of the scope, okay, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it like, hold on one second. If they're gonna do it like Oblivion Remastered, what it would mean is a total graphical remake. Oblivion Remastered remade all the assets from scratch, and then an overhaul of the gameplay. No, most likely the gunplay, because obviously the gunplay is kind of ass in 3 New Vegas. And honestly, that would be fucking amazing. The stories don't need to be fucked with. I don't need the plot to be redone. I don't need the voice acting redone. The only thing that needed upgrading was the graphics and the gunplay. So, if they fucking just upgrade it, man. Upgrade the graphics and improve the fucking gunplay, I'll be a happy camper. Like, imagine if they could bring the gunplay in Fallout 3 in New Vegas up to 4 standard. That would be fucking insane. So, Okay, there's more here. Okay. Oh, fuck yeah. And I'm about to need it. Well, hold on, actually. Get fucked! Yeah, the first Kirby game was really short. It was originally for the Game Boy, the very first Game Boy, and yeah, it's super short. And yeah, I did. I think even then people complain about it, actually. Because it was short by those standards. I mean, I had like no prior experience with it, dude. I had never played the first Kirby, you understand? You might have added maybe 20 minutes onto that timeline if I had to like go die and restart a level instead of using save states. But that game was super fucking short. But I've gathered that's not the whole series. It's not like that. The other games are a lot longer. They're none of them. They're just a really good, solid platformer, man. It's Ria's favorite game series. That's why I played it. She's been on me for ages to play Kirby. It's her all-time favorite game series. So I said fuck it and set aside some time. I didn't think it was going to be that short. And I was able to play it at no cost, if you catch my drift. So but I've heard that the other Kirby games get better. That was just the very first, you know what I mean? So, none of the Kirby games are super long. I mean, that's not the type of game they are, but I've heard the rest are decent length, you know what I mean? Like, they're all platformers. They're not meant to be super long and wear out their welcome, but generally I would still like my platformers to be longer than an hour. We're coming up on my favorite part of this game. This game has a day and night cycle. Well, kind of. When I say day and night, I mean the time of day advances as you get further in, basically. And this sunset, I really like the way the sunset contrasts. Yeah, it's a lot of warm color to the areas in the snow. Same with Bloodborne. I absolutely love the sunset at the beginning. Well, I'm talking about the sunset, dude, not the blood moon. That's at the end. I like that too, but I'm talking about the bright red sunset at the very beginning. Yeah. Yeah, when you stand out across the peak and you see the sun, I love that shit. And I think that actually gave the game some much needed color. Like a lot of the buildings in Yarm are black. That red of the sun really contrasted. Here we go. And see, that's what I love about this game. You have I really love the hub of this game. This is actually one of my favorite hubs in the series. Because you have all these areas that are dedicated to each member of the clan. You know, Lady Dimitrescu, and like the castle that you saw. But then you have the central hub, the village, and you keep coming back to the village. And each time you have new shit, you get a key. So, oh hey, I can unlock these doors that I saw before. You get a crank, CC, I can turn the crank. You get a boat, so then you can ride through the waterways that you saw. And you keep looping back to the central hub of the village. But you're uncovering new areas each time. And it rises to all the way eventually to sunset to nighttime. And I think it's a really, really, really good way to handle that. This is one of my favorite like level designs in the series. And previous Resident Evil games had something similar to this hub. You know, where you would keep coming back and unlocking new areas, but never like this. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I love about this game and why it's called Village. Resident Evil 8 Village. Is because they never had a hub like this to this scale. And, like I said, RE9 is going to have open hubs. Open city hubs that you can explore. And it really feels like they were laying the groundwork for that with this. Like, they tested this out and they're like, okay, this worked in Resident Evil 8, so we're gonna go all in 9. And that's basically... that's pretty... I'm pretty sure that is how Resident Evil 9 is going to be. It's not going to be an open world. It's not going to be Far Cry. It's going to be like this. With the hub that you can explore. You know, you can look around the village. Find huts off the beaten path. Do side quests. Like you see all these hidden treasures. But there'll be multiple ones. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not going to be massive open world. But it's going to be a bunch of smaller open hubs that you can freely look around. Instead of just being so linear. And I actually think that sounds great. Like, imagine this. This hub, this design. But it's Raccoon City after it got hit by a nuclear bomb. Like, you're freely walking around the fucking, basically post-apocalyptic ruins of Raccoon City. That sounds fucking awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean, but you've seen the... I'm saying, imagine this, Alex. But... Raccoon City after a bomb dropped. How cool that would be to walk around and to literally see like places from the other games, but after an atom bomb went off, they dropped a fucking nuke on Raccoon City. That just sounds awesome. And there's other hubs. We don't even know how many. But they've said this will absolutely be the biggest Resident Evil game ever. Let me see. Yeah, okay, I was trying to go, yeah. Okay. Let me see, I need to go back to the merchant. I've got some shit to sell. They said, no doubt about it. We don't know how big it's going to be, but they said it will be the biggest Resident Evil ever. Probably by far. And they made it sound like it's like 2 separate games in one, Leon and Grace, you know what I mean? It's like playing 2 separate games that you swap between. And when Grace has her own locations that's outside the city. We saw her in a hotel in a giant mansion that was reminiscent of the mansion from the first Resident Evil, which was on purpose. And so, Leon's going to have a bunch of places to explore in his car, and then Grace is going to have a bunch of her fucking places to explore. And I saw in one of the trailers, Grace and Leon meeting. So they're going to actually have points where they interlap. I'm not sure how that's going to work. It looks cool. And then I showed you they upgraded the engine. I know it sounds like such a small detail, but I love what they did with her hair. The way her actual hair catches the light. That is something I have never seen any other game do. I know it sounds like such a small thing, but that's what hair does. It captures the light, but this is the first game I've ever seen actually take that into account. You can actually see the light from the lighter, shining through her hair. And in other scenes, you can see the light filtering through her hair. That's a crazy fucking detail. And that they, like I said, they overhauled the whole engine. This is like RE7 up until now has been RE engine. This is basically RE engine 2.0. It's like the new version of the engine. It's been totally overhauled for 9. And before now, even the RE4 remake was cross-gen. This is the first Resident Evil game that's just for PS5 and Series X. And then we'll switch to, but that's like a downgraded port. It was built, so like they had a lot more power to work with. And it seems like I said, this is meant to be a new era for the series. You know what I mean? Like, there's a couple of times where you got a massive turning point in the series. Like RE4. When that game came out, that was a turning point in the series. 7, that was a turning point. So this is supposed to be the start of a new era. And it really seems like they're trying to bring the two different parts of it because Resident Evil kind of split into 2 sections. You had one team doing RE7 and 8. And, that had Ethan and the first person, well, until they gave, 8 the third person. It was first person at launch. And then you had another team doing RE2 remake with Leon, RE4 remake in third person. This is like they're trying to bridge the gap and bring both sides together because Grace is closer to, 7 and 8. Leon's closer to those classic third-person games. Like, his gameplay is like a direct continuation of RE4 remakes. So it's like it's this nexus point. It's fucking cool.
My apologies.
Oh, let me wait. Crystal Wing, Crystal Beast, Crystal Moreau.
This is Lord Moreau's? I suppose it's what they call the beauty of the grotesque.
Sweet, there's new upgrades for the guns. You see.
Securing goods is more important.
And you can hunt down animals.
Anything, my friend.
You can hunt down animals for him to make you meals, and it gives you a permanent stat increase when you do it. This is the only Resident Evil game that has any kind of hunting, which is unique. Change 2.
We've gathered all the ingredients. Now... Here it is. Please, join me. To think such a dish could be had, we've gathered all the ingredients. Now... Here it is. Please, join me. I wouldn't mind having that again.
Shit. Almost. Nope.